Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Danjo number 9102-609-RC. This is a 2¼ inch, what they call poly bag. That means when you order it, it will come in a bag. Extended lip strike with a 1/4 inch radius corner and an antique brass finish. So let's dissect the part number. The 9102 specifically means a poly-bagged extended lip strike that is 2¼ tall and 2-inch extended lip. Let's go over that. So 2¼ tall, we said that first. Then the overall width is about 2½ because extended lips and strike length is always referred to as the center of the screw holes to the edge of the lip. Okay, 2-inch. Now the dash 609 means two things. It means that it's solid brass and with an antique brass finish on it. The dash RC means that the corners are radiused corners. RC for radius corners. That's a 1/4 inch radius. And why you would have that would be you certainly have a wood frame, and the factory who manufactured the door and frame, or the door shop, would have used a 1/2 inch diameter router bit when they were prepping the strike plate in the frame, and they didn't go back and square out the corners, a very common typical practice. And someone will want to purchase the radiused corner strike when they're replacing their existing strike because they need an extended lip most likely, and simply A, do not know that you can do a square corner, or B, would not want to do the work, and if a radius corner was available, that would be what would be used. So that makes perfect sense there. Okay. So this is a 2-inch extended lip strike. Forgive me if I had said 2¼ inch earlier. This is a 2-inch extended lip strike. Okay, it's 50 thousandths of an inch thick material thickness. That is the same thickness as a standard commercial kick plate, so that might put it into perspective for you. Okay. Now, there is a link below this video to a document called Template, which is very handy to review because it will show you all of the important dimensional properties over the strike beyond what I've already given. It will also refer to other finishes that are available. 605 for polished brass. This is, of course, the 609 antique brass, 619 satin nickel, 620 antique nickel. All 4 of those finishes would be on a brass-based material. 630 is satin finish, solid stainless steel, and DU is a powder coat. It's what we call a Duranodic, or a dark brown powder coat over generally a stainless steel based material. Now, why would you use an extended lip strike? Very typically and commonly, and 2-inch extended lip is not uncommon, because you have thicker than average casing generally. So here's the scenario. When the door closes, the latch bolt is making premature contact with trim, thick casing, perhaps shutters if it's an exterior door. It also might be that the door is physically inset deeper into the frame than standard. When you stand on the pull side of a door and you run your hand over the face of the door and the frame, the door is basically flush. Not exactly. It might be inset less than 1/8 of an inch. Well, imagine if that dimension was 3/4 inch. Okay, well, you would need an extended lip strike, and quite frankly, in that scenario, this would be perfect. The standard lip length of a strike is about 1 5/16, plus or minus a 1/16 of an inch. So this is about 3/4 inch further extended than the common 2¼ strike, and you can see why we would call this a D strike, to use your imagination, or a full lip strike. It's also known as. So you'll use it in those sorts of scenarios where your latch bolt's making premature contact. If you're doing some sort of custom cabinetry, you might have a kitchen where you've got paneling and you've got cabinetry and you've got wood applied to the face of appliances, and you might have a pantry that has a concealed lock or some sort of locking or latching mechanism on it. That could be a scenario where you would use an extended lip strike. And of course, Danjo makes extended lip strikes from, for sure, 1.5 inches which is just, you know, about a 1/4 inch longer than standard, and for sure all the way out to 4 inch in half-inch increments. Indeed, you'd be able to get your hands on, and then all of those different finishes. And if you're thinking of extended lip strikes, you might need help with wide throw hinges as well. In certain scenarios, those conditions go hand in hand. There is a link below this video to a document called Product Catalog. Now that is the strike plate section of Danjo's full line catalog. I would very much recommend that you review the link to the product catalog because it will show you in a very consolidated format all of the strike possibilities from Danjo in terms of height, in terms of lip extensions, and then just in terms of strikes themselves. Standard strikes, security strikes, unusual strikes, custom strikes that they can manufacture. There's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up that full line product catalog from Danjo, but all of the other subsections of that full line catalog. Danjo does more than extended lip strikes, and if you've stumbled across them, it may not be by the name Danjo. You might just have looked for extended lip strikes, and they're a comprehensive manufacturer of those. But what they're most known for are their door reinforcing wraparound plates and their latch guards. But as you can see from those other catalog subsections, they're a comprehensive provider of trim and auxiliary hardware. If you have more than an occasional need for it, I would suggest that you review their catalog and just at least become aware in the back of your mind what Danjo offers. I'm partial to them because they're good, easy people to work with. They have very good quality products. In the event that there's an error, they, without exception, correct it 100% of the time. If you have any questions on the Danjo, number 9102-609-RC, 2-inch extended lip strike, or any other Danjo product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.